Hi Year 5, it's Miss Pugh here and I hope you're all doing okay. So this week in maths you're focusing on division every day, and one of your skills is can you divide by 10, 100 and 1000. Now before I remind you how to divide, we're going to look at multiplying because the strategy is the same except we go in different directions. So I'm going to start with 56 multiplied by 100. Now, in order to do that, we need to look at what we need to do when we're multiplying by 100. And it tells us that we move the digits 2 spaces to the left. So I'm going to start with my 5, which is in my tens column, and I'm going to move it 2 spaces to the left. So you can see that 5 that was in the tens column is now in the thousandth column and is worth 5,000 as we've multiplied it by 100. Now I'm going to do the same to the 6, which is in the units column. We're going to move it 2 digits, 2 spaces to the left. And as you can see, it's now in the hundreds column, so it's worth 600. Now I have 2 empty columns, and they need to be filled in order to get the correct answer. So they're going to be filled with place value holders of 0. So my overall answer to 56 times 100 is 5,600. I'm going to try a bit of a trickier one now. So we've got 7.91. So we're using the decimal here. Again, I'm going to times by 1,000. So this time we need to move the digits 3 spaces to the left. So we'll start with the units with our 7 and we'll move it 3 spaces to the left. So now you can see that the 7, which was in the units, is now in the thousands column. So it's now worth 7,000. I'm going to do the same to my tenths column. And in my tenths column, we've got a 9. So if I've multiplied that by 1,000, that 9 is now worth 900. And now the last one we've got to do is the hundredths column, which has got the 1 in. So we'll move that 3 spaces to the left as well. Okay, so now again I've got an empty column, my units is empty, so we need to add in our place value holder of 0. So my answer is 7,910. Now when you're dividing a number like this, you do have a decimal, so do remember to jump over the decimal. The decimal is not an additional column. Okay, we're going to start by dividing now. And when we divide, we go the opposite way because our number is getting smaller. So we're going to start with 430 divided by 1,000. And it tells me there that the digits need to move right 3 spaces. So we're going to do that now. We'll start with the units, which is a 0. And now I've moved that 3 spaces. And then I'm going to start with the 3, which is in the tens column, and move that 3 spaces to the right to make it smaller as well. And finally, my 400, if I'm going to divide that by 1,000, it's going to be moving 3 spaces as well. Okay, excellent. So I know that my answer has got a decimal in it. What I need to do now is fill in the units column with a place value holder of 0. Okay, so my answer there would look like 0.430. Except you do not need that final 0 because it's worthless, it doesn't mean anything. So my answer would be written as 0.43. Okay, my last one to show you is 5 divided by 1,000. So I'm going to start with the 5 and I'm going to move it right 3 spaces. So now my 5 is in the thousandths column. It is worth 5 thousandths. Okay, so now again I've got some empty columns that I need to fill in with the place value holder of 0. So I'm going to put 0 in my units, 0 in my tenths, and 0 in my 100ths column. So the answer to 5 divided by 1,000 is 0.005. So we've got some problems here. You can write your own if you want to, or you can find some off the internet. But if you want to have a go at these 8, and then email me them, or email them to Mrs. Lawrence, and we can see how you're getting on. Hopefully this all makes sense, and if you need any help, then please don't hesitate to contact us, and we can either help you or give you more challenges or make it a little bit more complicated for you. Have a good week, everyone. See you soon. Bye.